Hello to Luna, and welcome to year 2. I basically have nothing new to say, all of the settings are the same, and so is the version of the game. The only changes you'll see are in the structure and visuals of the video. Also, I will now be writing names, moons, and personalities in the speed paint itself, just to make it easier to differentiate and remember different cats. I did forget to do that on some of the drawings until the end, so you may be seeing the cat before their info. Lastly, I was going to reveal the prophecy, or the main prophecy, of this story, which would possibly hint towards where the events of the first arc would be heading, but I decided to save that for next year. Sorry. Anyway, that's everything. Let's go. Starting with Barleystar, she rejected someone. Twice. Yeah, Oakgoose tried to profess his love, but totally got turned down. Twice, in case you didn't hear the first time. Totally brutal. But I'm glad she knows how to speak for herself. Not so nervous anymore, huh? She's honestly gained so much confidence since we first started, and it's only year 2. I also noticed that she had the status feeling blessed by StarClan. I know that game-wise I'm the one who chose her because I thought she looked pretty, but story-wise, I'm sure StarClan saw the potential in her and felt she would be the best out of all of the cats in WhisperClan to lead them. It's so evident that she cares for her clan and the lives of others. She's smart too, coming up with a pretty crafty plan to see if a badger was living on their territory by ordering her patrol to cover the entrance of the set they found in rocks. If a badger was there, they would see that the rocks were moved the next day. Her main trait is still nervous, but I think that's just because she's an anxious cat in general. All in all, our leader is feeling pretty good. Doing pretty good. Go Barleystar. Next is Raintail. I think he's gotten a bit cranky with age. There's been times where he would get uncharacteristically frustrated at the other cats in his clan, including Barleystar. He actually hissed at her one time due to a disagreement, but he later apologized for the incident. I have a feeling he'll retire soon. He is 132 moons after all, but I'm okay with it, I guess. I think he's pretty much done his job mentoring Barleystar. I wonder who the next deputy would be. Apart from that, our relationships. He thinks Bluestripe and Whispertuft are pretty cute, having a little bit of romantic love for both of them. Additionally, he's still pretty close with Barleystar and Cottoncinder, so I consider the three of them as a trio. Here's to many more moons of friendship. Next is our medicine cat, Cottoncinder. Wow, is she not doing good? I mean, she's alive, but she's certainly not thriving. Homegirl got her tail scarred from a tree falling on her, and then a different tree fell on her again as soon as it healed. It's just ridiculous at this point. I made a joke during the gameplay video for this year that her main trait was troublesome because she could not stop getting herself into trouble and hurting herself. Her clumsy, unlucky actions don't affect anyone else, just her, so that's fortunate at least. Well, we're going to StarClan for this one. If you hadn't guessed already, then yeah, Bluestripe died and was found dead by the Ember Clan border. Glad that we know about another clan in the forest, but now they're suspects for killing one of our cats. Anyway, I knew their time was coming soon, but I really thought that they would last another year. They worked great with Cottoncinder, healing cats of their ailments quickly and efficiently, and I'm sure she was the one to tend to Cottoncinder's tail, otherwise known as her daily wound of the day every time. I'll miss them. Bluestripe served their clan well. Hopefully we'll see events of them continuing to guide and advise Cottoncinder through her dreams. Back in WhisperClan, we have a brand new cat joining us. Usually I draw cats in the order they join the clan from least to most recent. However, Destiny joined as a medicine cat, so I'm including her here. She was found by Silver and Oakgoose on a border patrol, approaching them in hopes of getting shelter in return for her skills as a healer. She essentially filled in for the role of the second medicine cat since she joined a couple moons after Bluestripe died. Destiny is charismatic and a good fighter. We once again have a charismatic cat and not a single bloodthirsty cat. Clangen, please, I want murder! Nonetheless, I like her. Even though she joined late in the year, I'm hopeful that she'll be a lot of fun. Her name is Destiny, after all. Maybe she'll play a big part in the prophecy, or at least helping to reveal it. Now, we have Oakgoose. Like I said before, he got shut down by Barleystar when he tried to profess his feelings. I really feel for him, but how are you going to confess to someone a second time after being rejected in the same year? Dude has it bad. At least he's finally building a mutually positive relationship with Fallowsplinter, who has finally begun to warm up to him. So not a total loss this year. He's one of my favorites, but he kinda lost points during a patrol he had with Silver. She was telling a story to keep everyone entertained, and later Oakgoose pulled her aside to tell her to focus on the patrol. He said this coldly, as stated by the game. Honestly, pretty uncharacteristic of him, especially considering the small crush he's developed on her. I guess our boy got burned too many times and doesn't know how to handle himself anymore. I hope he finds happiness in the future. I'm really rooting for him. Now we have Fallowsplinter, one of the younger warriors in the clan apart from Silver Suns. He's matured a little bit since last year, so I decided to draw him with a little bit more muscle. He really reminds me of Firestar now. He's still as confident as ever, but with more skill and experience to back it up, although he has yet to lead any patrols. Hlaotail, who he's usually paired with, takes the lead despite her being a kitty pet while he's lived his entire life in the forest training. Weird. Speaking of which, I'm hoping they begin to develop feelings for one another. There's been no romance happening in the clan, only cats thinking other cats are kind of cute. Come on, I want love, passion. So we'll have to see if that develops next year. Some other things that happened to Fallowsplinter are that he recovered from yellow cough, possibly had a vision, and interacted with Slate Clan. Nothing that majorly affected him, he's alive and well. And unfortunately, we're already going back to StarClan for this one. Whispertuft passed this year, the game stating that she wandered out of the territory and was found dead. We don't know if she was killed or died from a heart attack. I know her time was coming, but I didn't know it would be this soon. When I was drawing her for the video, I wanted to portray a livelier version of her, and I think this really shows off her true personality as a spunky and charismatic cat who hates the idea of acting her age. I do hope she keeps her relevance and shows up every now and then to deliver prophecies or unasked advice. I mean, she already did the latter when she was alive, so why not? Anyway, that's Whispertuft. I'll miss her, even though we didn't know her for too long. Back to WhisperClan, we have former kitty pet Hlaotail. She's doing really good, continuing to prove herself as a competent patrol leader. Like mentioned earlier, she'll usually go on patrols with Fallowsplinter, so the two of them have gotten pretty close as friends. They even fought off a dog together, albeit a small one, off the territory. She doesn't have any feelings for him, but you want to guess who she does think is cute? Cottoncinder? I looked into the save files, and apparently she's been reading too into Cottoncinder's friendliness towards her, which could be attributed to her childish behavior. I feel bad, but mostly because we have so many one-sided relationships. When is any of this going to be mutual? And then at the very end of the year, she got bit by a snake. But she lived. So overall, Hlaotail is doing just fine. Now here's Silver, who seems to be having a pretty good year. Her two sons, Woodkit and Frondkit, grew up and have become warriors. I'll reveal their new names when I cover their sections in the video. She's super proud of them, and I'm sure she's incredibly grateful that she was able to find herself in WhisperClan back when she was recovering from birth. Apart from her sons, the only person she has a high like for is Cottoncinder, which is strange considering her charismatic nature, but maybe she just has a hard time letting herself feel attached to others? But I'm glad that she at least likes Cottoncinder. She must have been the one to treat her infections, of course with the help of Bluestripe. Next are Silver's kits, who have recently become warriors, like stated before. Woodkit, one of her sons, has gone through his apprenticeship as Woodpaw. He is now named Woodhusk and is recognized for his loyalty. On his first patrol, he went by himself to go hunting. The event that played out was so funny, I've never seen this happen before. Woodhusk tried to catch a bird. Easy enough, he's done it many times before. But the bird escaped him and proceeded to try and poop on him. Poor baby. I'm sure he caught some prey later that day. I also saw status back from when he was an apprentice. I always imagined him as a total rule follower, making his seniors proud, good guy sort of cat. But apparently he would occasionally go out of his way to prank our medicine cat, Cottoncinder. I have no idea where this came from. I don't even think he's this mischievous with his brother. Either he has a crush or the pranking is mutual. Knowing Cottoncinder's troublesome nature, it's totally possible. Woodhusk would also follow Cottoncinder around as a cat. Perhaps at one point he had some interest in being medicine cat, but decided to become a warrior like his brother. Speaking of which, here is Woodhusk's brother and Silver's second son, Frondfeather, who has also graduated from his apprenticeship. But back before he was named as an apprentice, there was an event at the beginning of the year where Frondkit almost drowned in a river, but was saved by Barleystar. Another amazing deed by our leader. Anyway, he was assigned to Hlaotail to be her apprentice, and it seems she did a great job considering that he graduated early at 10 moons old. Despite his childish personality, he really does work hard and cares about the clan. He even had a status stating that he wanted to be the next deputy. Incredibly ambitious, but of course I'm rooting for him. Who knows, maybe years in the future we'll have a Fronstar. That's right, I'm voting Frondfeather for 2024. After Frondfeather will be the cats who have joined WhisperClan this year. First up is Cloversplash, who joined the clan as a kit. He was brought to the clan by his mother, who decided not to stick around. Since she's unnamed in the game, I considered generating a new cat so I can make a drawing for her, but I didn't want to introduce too many characters in one video. Maybe I will if I feel it'll make the story more interesting. Otherwise, everything we know about Cloversplash's life before the clan is unknown. He was only a couple moons when he joined, so he may not remember much and prefers not to talk about it, fully accepting WhisperClan as his new home and his new family. Since he's about the same age as Woodhusk and Frondfeather, he grew up with them. They became a trio of goofy boys, always getting into trouble at the sake of Silver's sanity. What makes it even better is that since Cloversplash and Frondfeather both have the trait childish, they're the ones up to no good while hauling Woodhusk wherever they go despite his protests. The three of them even went on a patrol as apprentices without their mentors knowing, as they wanted to prove to the clan that they were ready to graduate and get their warrior names. They decided to go after the nearby badger set and block the entrance off. Fortunately, the badger that once lived there was long gone and no one was hurt, but they did get a mouthful from Silver and the other warriors. Oopsies. Despite it all, his mentor Raintail eventually decided that he was ready to get his warrior name and was honored for his intrigue. Lastly, we have Rookthunder. She's very clever, a great mediator, and of course, charismatic. Another charismatic cat. When will it end? She hasn't done anything too notable this year, other than, oh yeah, going out during the night to meet with a cat in Slate Clan. Not sure how she knows this cat considering she claimed to be a loner and, according to the game, had left her old home due to something terrible happening. If that's the case, why didn't you just join Slate Clan to be with your obvious lover? That's suspicious, but I'll leave it alone for now. WhisperClan seems to have a lot of interactions with Slate Clan. We just discovered Ember Clan, and we don't even know who the other clan in the forest is. Based off this information, I'm assuming we live closest to Slate Clan more than any other clan. Anyway, that's all for Rookthunder, hoping to see more from her soon. So the last thing that I'm going to cover are cats that live outside the clan. Unless I feel the need to for storytelling purposes, this section of the drawing video will always happen after I introduce the cats in WhisperClan. This time around, we're just covering one character. I would have done more, but I didn't want to oversaturate this year with new cats. Anyway, this is Baywhisker, the cat that Woodhusk was talking to back when he was an apprentice. I also want to say this was the same cat that was encountered by Barleystar and Oakgoose on their border patrol. He was found trespassing territory, so the patrol hid until they can execute an ambush, which worked. Although in the game Woodhusk encountered a loner while the patrol encountered a rogue, I thought it'd be interesting if it was actually the same cat. In the books, the only set distinguisher there seems to be for loners versus rogues is that loners don't cause trouble, while rogues do. It could totally be interpreted that Woodhusk encountered Baywhisker, thinking of him as friendly due to his naivety and inexperience, while more experienced cats like Barleystar and Oakgoose considered him to be a threat. Anyway, apart from those two events, we don't know much about him. He isn't named in the game, but I always like when clangen series generate a cat in a different game file to give unnamed loners, rogues, and other cats outside a clan a face and description. It really does make things more interesting and helps in fleshing out the world. Alright, that's everyone. I hope you guys liked the video. I really tried to improve how everything was presented this time around. I drew more pictures, apart from the Origins animatic, and altered my canvas size in Ibis Paint so the playback quality for the speed paint aspects of the video had better resolution. I'm still pretty new to editing and making videos in general, so it'll only get better from here. And believe me when I say that the next drawing video will be really interesting. And sad since I played it through already. But I should be able to post the gameplay video for Year 3 about a week from now, so sit tight. I've been trying to post a video about every week, and it's been tricky to keep up that pace, especially with how long the drawing videos take. But hopefully my new Gallant Clan series will help remedy that, even if the spring semester for my college classes is fast approaching. Not excited for that, but I'll try my best to post consistently. Well, that's everything I have to say for this year. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!